Damn, I need a haircut. Shit.
Welcome back, everybody. We do apologize for those technical difficulties. Still Casey Reginald Jr. with my main man, J-Dub.
What's up?
We're going to move straight into the Pittsburgh Steelers and Houston Texans game. Give me just 2 seconds. And Justin's got to accept. We already see who he's picking, though. Go ahead and accept, bro.
Got that. All right, did. It just says waiting for podcast to start.
It says you've not yet confirmed.
I did. I just clicked the button.
Let's go back. Why you keep doing this?
Because I don't want to leave the room and then we got to start.
No.
That's what
Please
it said.
don't do that. 1 second.
Yeah.
You already know what I'm trying to spell. Why you don't have a memory? Did you get another link yet?
Nah, not yet.
What the Hold on. Technical difficulties, UnderDawg Sportz. Technical difficulties. Wait, don't J-Dub the answer. J-Dub answers. Let's try it again. We're trying to go back live on Facebook. More fun times. I hate trying to type in this thing, bro. I always drop it.
It's like still ringing too.
Where's it ringing? Oh, I don't know who's calling you now, not me.
I say, yeah, it's calling multiple facets. Like I'm still hearing ringing.
I also hear ringing, but it's not coming from me this time.
It says UnderDawg is calling.
All right, start. I don't know what's going on. Let me check my phone. All right, we're back. We're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. That just happens sometimes. I am nobody's technical genius. We're going to go right into the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Houston Texans. The Texans are coming in on a 2-game losing streak. The Steelers are 2-0. With that being said, well, I don't know because you're the homer here, so we see where you're going. So somebody's got to talk about the Texans. I expect Deshaun Watson to rebound a little. Unfortunately, he's playing against one of the best front sevens in all of football. So it is going to be a tough day at the office. I don't really have any good things to say. I expect Pittsburgh to win this game because that front seven is going to dominate the Houston Texans unless, something happens unforeseen.
Well, you know who I'm going with. But it does come down to ball management with the Steelers. Like I said, we still got to figure out our running identity. But the way the Texans have been playing kind of lethargic, they're away. I do expect Deshaun Watson to have somewhat of a good game. I give him about 225 in the air.
That's not a good game.
But
But
him,
wait,
well, I mean, for him.
Hey, who did y'all barely beat last week, though?
Well, we kind of let the foot off the gas with Denver, and that was a problem.
With their backup quarterback.
Mike Tomlin. Yeah, and here's the even worse factor. The backup quarterback went 10 of 22. But what we did, we kept blitzing our damn secondary for whatever the hell reason. Man, mind you, Mike Hilton is actually in the top 15 in sacks, and he's a corner. He's a slot corner at that. Tomlin got to stop that because the Texans do have burners and they do have stretchers where we can't do that blitzing thing. We just got to go play straight solid zone defense, which we're notoriously known for, and go from there. But we cannot try all these different blitz packages and think the Texans won't capitalize on it. Even though it is Bill O'Brien, he'll still keep doing the same shit over and over. It's like a broken record. But I'd just rather not even get into a situation where we got to go in and have to win by a field goal or whatever the hell else may be the Texans.
Wait, you're worried about them going deep on you with check down Deshaun?
Mm-hmm.
He's the new Alex Smith.
No, Alex Smith was a check down with y'all, but when he was actually in San
Fran, with us he opened up.
He knew it. Well, he wasn't as bad as remember. He didn't have real good receivers in San Fran. By that time, your TOs and all them are gone. He kind of made Brandon Lloyd something for that 1 year. But again, I just don't want the awakening game to be against us.
Awaken from what?
Game against. Well,
his nightmare that his only target is in Arizona now. Well, he's not going to awaken from that. That actually happened, and he's making Kyler Murray look like an MVP candidate.
Keep telling you, I slept on Kyler Murray. Keep telling y'all give him a weapon like he had. He's going to do something. You gave Kyler a weapon, which he has, and now he's doing something.
Listen, Deshaun Watson did something with DeAndre Hopkins as well. This isn't. It's really not. It's called. It doesn't matter if DeAndre Hopkins is covered. You throw him the ball and it works. That's what Deshaun Watson has been doing for the last 3 years, and he's been made to look like a Pro Bowler for 3 years, and he's kind of been exposed now. I'm just saying.
But it also is actually exposing Bill O'Brien for being a bad GM.
Well, we knew that already.
Well, yeah, but a lot of people didn't. That's not living
Who
in the city of Houston.
That's the people in Houston are the ones that should matter, and the people in Houston knew that, but the damn owner's so freaking head up his ass, he don't understand it. That's just what it is. Like, Bill O'Brien is not a good general manager. He made Laramie Tunsil the highest paid left tackle in football. That's all I have to say about that. He traded away DeAndre Hopkins. Like, do I need any further evidence that this guy is not a good general manager? Should I keep going? He should have been fired as general manager and head coach before this season started. But,
I want to go back a couple seasons where he was playing GM right when they got rid of Rick Smith, because remember he did have a interim title. Remember they drafted Kevin Johnson and not Marcus Peters when the Texans needed a quarterback. So you draft the skinniest guy in college football at corner versus these big, thick, 6'6", 5" and Marcus Peters, who I'm not saying is Deion Sanders, but I think he would have did a hell of a better job than with Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson's now on his third team.
Marcus Peters may be the best zone cornerback I've ever seen.
I agree with you.
He may be the best zone cornerback I've ever seen. Like,
I agree with
if
you.
he could hit
his career, he'll probably switch to safety towards the end.
That's what I'm saying. If he would hit, he'd make a hell of a safety. Yeah, if he would hit anything. So I think it's pretty unanimous that we're both picking the Steelers to beat the Texans. What do you got for a score?
24-13.
I got 31-21. I think the Texans get.
I was about to say 31-7. I was about to say, wow, you have no faith in the Texans score.
No, I expect them to get 20. I do still expect this team to get better. I might be just hoping that they aren't the trash that I've seen the last couple of weeks. But they played against the defending Super Bowl champions, and the consensus pick to be in the AFC Championship game this year, the Baltimore Ravens. Going into this game, if you had asked me at the beginning of the season, I probably would have picked the Texans, but no. I've seen enough evidence already. No.
I'm about to say, we didn't know what to expect with the Texans.
Yeah.
Now you kind of see.
Like I said, I expect them to get better. I expect the chemistry to get better. Like it has to, because it can't get much worse. And additionally, these guys are still getting familiar with each other. Now, Watson and his offensive line not being able to coalesce at this point is dumb, stupid, ignorant. Bill O'Brien making people the highest paid that didn't deserve to be. But when you traded all you traded to get them, you gave away all your leverage. I just expect Deshaun Watson, if he's going to make any growth this year, after Game 4, he's got to start saying the hell with it and winning some football games for his team.
Mm-hmm.
As a quarterback, you can do that.
The scary thing is for the Texans is their division's gotten a lot better, despite the Chargers.
But have they really?
Okay, the Jags are competitive. They are not laying down.
After yesterday, do you think they're competitive?
Well, how many players got hurt on the Jags? They got
31-13 to the Dolphins. Yeah. It wasn't the Ravens or the Chiefs. It was the Dolphins. It's the Fighting Fitzpatricks.
Wait, now, Greg, I'm glad you said that. You know what it is. First 6 games of the season, Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's the Foles in the playoffs, and Fitzpatrick at the beginning of the season. First 6 games of the season, Ryan Fitzpatrick looks like the Hall of Fame. It's the next 10. Right now, we're on week 3. Ryan Fitzpatrick is looking like that guy.
Yeah, the Fighting Fitzpatricks.
Come week 6, after week 6, Ryan Fitzpatrick's slipper gets taken off, and Cinderella goes back to being a bum.
It's midnight, is what you're saying.
It's midnight, and the pumpkin is now arrived.
I'm just saying, it's still the Miami Dolphins, and the Jags. No, they got lucky week 1. That's what I'll say. I think they got lucky week 1. I still think they're tanking. I don't believe in Minshew or his magic. You know this by now.
They're my upset of the year. They're going to upset the Texans this year. Quote me. Don't 2 games. One is going to the Jags.
It's a divisional game. That always can happen. Ask me the week of the game, and I'll give you an answer. But it's a divisional game. The only thing I know about divisional games is Cleveland is going to lose to Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and they're going to beat Cincinnati. That's all I know about divisional games. I could say the Chiefs are likely to beat the Raiders, but that was last year. We'll see.
They're competitive.
Yeah, but it's divisional games. Like last week, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs put up 23 total points. That's the lowest outcome they've had since they played the Jacksonville Jaguars in Patrick Mahomes' 3rd career start. So, yeah, it's a divisional game. In divisional games, you just don't know. But, yeah.
So we'll segue into your Chiefs versus Baltimore game since it's Monday Night Football. Let's segue into that one.
So if it wasn't Monday Night Football, it would still be the main event of this weekend's festivities if it's Chiefs and Ravens. And for the next 5 years, this matchup is going to be the marquee matchup in any given season. We don't have to like it. It's just what the reality. What?
That's because Deshaun's regressed. Because it's really those 3 are the new faces of the NFL.
Okay, but
outside if you add Russ to the mix.
But we're in week 3, and Deshaun Watson has played the other 2, and Deshaun Watson is 0-2. Those other guys are 2-0. So why did you bring him up?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
Because he's still one of the faces in the NFL.
Nah, is he really?
New faces.
Why? Why? Why?
He like it. He should be.
I mean, but why? Why is he a face?
He's getting the endorsements like that. You see his face on TV like that. So yeah,
it's because it's an HEB commercial.
Dealing with him.
I don't see him on the Allstate commercials.
No, I'm not doing that. Well, there's only
I don't see him
right now. For Allstate.
I don't. Hell, even hold on,
Chris Paul for the Allstate
bro. They got. He's not on. He's not balling with Jake from State Farm. He's not messing with Flo and Geico or Progressive. He ain't playing with the cricket and the lizard or whatever the hell it is, the gecko. Like seriously. But why? It's just HEB. That's a Houston product. Where else is Deshaun?
But when NFL, well, Bose is one. When the NFL goes ahead and they keep promoting their future or their current players, Deshaun is always on the commercial. It's always Pat, in this order, Pat, Lamar, Russ, Deshaun.
And I am still asking you, what has Deshaun Watson done to earn that spot?
Nothing so far, but he's going to get the face. He's getting it still. He's getting the recognition. I'm not talking about the HEB commercials because people in Pittsburgh and Kansas City are not going to see HEB.
Exactly.
They don't know. Like my cousin came down and called it Habit. I'm like, what the hell is Habit?
That's what I called it when I moved here too. Anyway,
it's called HEB. It's actually pronounced that.
In the Eastern Conference Finals, we are in the third quarter, and Boston is up 58-51. I'm sorry, Miami is up 58-51. So I think we're right.
I was about to say, hold up.
This series is over tonight. It looks like the Celtics don't really care to continue playing.
Kemba struggled. If they have to take blame for this loss, it's Jaylen Brown and Kemba. Both of them struggled. And then Tatum, I guess, is just not that guy just yet to win it on with it just by himself.
Yeah, I wish he could play for the Rockets though.
Ooh, Lord. I would take any of those three to play for the Rockets right now.
I just want Jason Tatum. If they listen, you can have Russ. Can I have Tatum? You can have Russ in whatever draft I got for the next 5 years. But can I have Tatum?
I keep telling you, there's two big names I would take. We're side noting the basketball real quick. If you can get Jason Tatum or Devin Booker in Phoenix, those two guys, I would trade Harden and Russ in a heartbeat for one of those two guys. Because those are two of those deadliest, outside of Lillard, which he's not going to come to this market. He's going to stick in Portland the rest of his life. But those two guys, come on now.
Yeah.
Daryl Morey really want to work some magic, trade Harden to Phoenix for Devin Booker.
Why?
I would take it.
Why?
He can play defense. He's a better shooter, and he's a better scorer than Harden. And he doesn't have to need one-on-one. He's proven that.
But his team doesn't do better with him.
Phoenix went 8-0 in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he can't help it that he ain't got no one around him. Nobody around him.
Well, listen.
He got G League players around him and a 7-footer that shouldn't have been drafted first pick. Tatum does have talent around him.
I want Tatum. You can have Russ. You can have Eric Gordon too. And 3 first-round picks.
Eric Gordon for a pile of beans for how much?
Eric Gordon he's serviceable elsewhere.
Question. You do know they don't have no first-round picks for the next 3 years.
Well, duh.
Unless they trade up. So you're talking about what, 2025,
Bro,
26, and 27?
I don't expect them to have a first-round pick until we turn 50. It's real talk. That's real talk. And that's not around the corner.
A long ways before 50.
Yeah, don't get it wrong. We're not even 40 yet, okay? Yeah. Oh.
Right, so that's a long time from now.
Back to the Chiefs and Ravens. So, for me, there's question marks in Kansas City, and it's all on the defensive side of the football. We still don't seem to be stopping the run, although we do get a little boost back with Mike Pennell this week. If we can't stop the run, we're going to struggle against Baltimore because that's what they do. They run the football. They run the ball left. They run the ball right. They run the ball middle. They run the ball and run the ball some more. Just to keep you off balance.
Running backs.
Yeah. Just to keep you off balance, they take one of their running backs, put him in a quarterback number, let him call the cadence, and he throws a few passes a game. And because of that dynamicness, this team is hard to stop because you have to defend the run on every play, and you have to be alert for the pass when you're overcommitting to the run. And they got some pretty decent receivers. So this is a tough matchup for the Chiefs, especially without and I was supposed to be pulling up the injury report to see if they're going to let Chavaris Ward play with one arm. They were really talking about it, so I'm going to be looking that up. This is going to be a tough week for the Chiefs to play them without having their secondary or anything from any linebacker so far this year. But J-Dub, what you got on this one?
Okay, to be honest with you, this one, I'm going to go with the Ravens. I think it's going to be a close one, so I'm going to say 31-27 Ravens.
And the savior for the Chiefs is we do have Patrick Mahomes. We do have an offense that is capable of coming back basically from any deficit now. It is going to be a close game. I expect the Chiefs to play a few close games this year. I expect the Chiefs to win this game by a field goal in overtime like they did last week. I kind of like your 31 number, 31-28 Chiefs.
Okay.
I mean, that's the homer in me. Y'all seen my synopsis. Like, I got to say the Chiefs are going to win. But our defense is really thin right now. Really, really thin.
I can always call Orlando Scandrick, though.
Bro, you can have Orlando Scandrick. That it took us to literally get rid of him to win a Super Bowl. The Chiefs' injuries look like Sammy Watkins is in the protocol. Ward did participate somewhat, so I guess there's a chance he could play. Reserve linebacker Dorian O'Daniel did not practice, and Alex Okafor with his hamstring also did not practice. So those two guys are probably out. Baltimore is only going to be missing Tavon Young and Brandon Williams. And Brandon Williams is not injury-related, so he could possibly play. So the injury report, suspension list doesn't really look good for the Chiefs, but I'm going to stick with the Chiefs because I got to ride with Pat Mahomes because he's the best quarterback in the world until he ain't.
That's the homer in you, but
no, that part isn't the homer in me. You know he's the best quarterback in the world. That's the hating you trying to fight that.
He's second best. I'm still going with Russ.
Well,
I'm still going with Russ, bro. I like Cat, but Russ is doing them things again, brother. He's doing them things.
I guess Patrick Mahomes wasn't rolling right, throwing 54 yards in the air, touchdown passes to Tyreek Hill, who wasn't even open. But, it's Russ. Russ is the best, and I said this last year after that throw. Russ is the best quarterback in the world I have ever seen rolling left as a right-handed passer, period. Like, as a right-handed passer, I've never seen anybody that could be as accurate as him. The throw last week was great. I still think the one last year in the corner of that end zone, everyone thought he was throwing that ball away. That has got to be the throw of my lifetime. But Russ ain't no Mahomes. I'm sticking with the 25-year-old, half a billionaire. They both got one ring. Just saying.
Very true.
Just saying.
Russ could have had two if they would have properly did the damn play and gave the ball to.
And,
but we're not gonna
and Mahomes could have had two if Mahomes could have had two if D4 didn't jump off sides on the play that Tom Brady threw the game-sealing interception in the AFC Championship game.
Super Bowl.
We would have beat the NFC.
Super Bowl.
We'd have beat the NFC. Mahomes mania was ready to run wild all over the world. You know it, and I know it too.
You, as a homer, was just ready to get to a Super Bowl at this point.
To me, it was sweeter at year 50. Like, we kind of do things like that. Like, the Royals was 30
Ladies
years
and
later.
gentlemen, they win the Super Bowl. They win the Super Bowl in year 50, and all hell breaks loose.
It was,
We ain't got no fans in the stands. Soon as the Chiefs win the Super Bowl,
hey,
we are sitting there like, what the hell happened?
and
Hey,
if the world came
a
to an
pandemic
end, guess
breaks out.
what? I saw my Chiefs win the Super Bowl, and that's all I have to say about that. All right. As we close the show, we're going to talk about Agent Orange. Agent Orange, I will not identify by name. You are only left to figure it out yourself because people might hear this. Agent Orange has stated publicly for all the world to hear that our democracy is in shambles, and when he loses, he ain't going nowhere. He's going to have a coup of Republican legislators elect him to the highest office in the land, in spite of the popular vote. Agent Orange also said that his constitutional term limit, 2, he don't care about that number. He's going to run a third time. Agent Orange does not care about the Constitution. Agent Orange does not care about you. That's why 202,000 Americans are dead from a coronavirus when we have not even half the population of China, but more deaths in the virus that originated in China here. But it's the China virus, right? They knew how to control it.
Yep.
Agent Orange has placed bounties on the heads. Now he's not directly responsible for that. He just didn't take any action after Russians placed bounties on the heads of my brothers and sisters in the United States military. I have converted people from the Republican Party in the United States military because of one factor, Agent Orange. So, Agent Orange, I like to thank you for making some of my brothers and sisters wake up and see that it is not all about their paychecks, because you, my friend, are wrecking this country and its reputation. It makes me sick to my stomach that you get to lead a democracy and you're trying to turn it into a dictatorship, into the Communist Party, into North Korea, or to China, or to Russia. All hail to Agent Orange. Well, oh hell no, Agent Orange. You will not take my country. You will not lead my country down the toilet one more step. I look forward to November 3rd. I look forward to my country doing its constitutional duty in removing the Russian asset occupying a certain house on Pennsylvania Avenue.
So, I don't know if you've seen this because this came on probably a couple minutes before we did the podcast. Trump unveiled, I'm sorry, Agent Orange, which you are correct, or the celebrity in chief, like Charlemagne the God said, shout out to them in the Breakfast Club, has a platinum plan for Black Americans.
Chester Cheetah is my favorite.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Anybody orange is better than that. I'll take Garfield and Heathcliff combined.
Whoa, Garfield is a good one because he's out of shape and lazy as hell. All he wants to do is eat lasagna. I think you.
But I actually like Garfield.
Man.
I don't like, yeah. So he came up with an idea after dissing Black Lives Matter and saying that is a symbol of hate or a mob or thuggery.
He didn't say that about the KKK. I'm sorry. This is your time. My bad.
No, but he did say, and also keep in mind, this is the same guy that wanted to have a rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma on the anniversary of the 1921 Black Wall Street burning, where over 300 Black people died. A whole town was burnt down because a Black man happened to take a gander of a white woman in an elevator. And they got mad and they became a whole mob. But Trump has an idea for Black people, the Platinum Plan. The Platinum Plan is basically consistent of we going ahead and, mind you, I'm going to take a little side note over this. As of right now, if the election started today, Trump's Agent Orange has only 8% of black voters support. 8% compared to Joe Biden's 75, and of course there is, the indifferent in between. But he's stating that the fact of the matter is, to get more black voters, we will give them more money. We will go ahead and build peaceful playgrounds. We will go ahead and use military enforcing in the inner city. This to me sounds like something that'll wipe us out before give us any type of love. So if this guy gets elected and the military comes to your hood, and I don't know about you, Casey, but I am from the inner city. Shout out to Pittsburgh. Shout out to Homewood, because that's where I'm from. My dad from the Hill. My brother from the Hill.
I'm from Kansas City. The Kansas City. So, not that suburban shit. The hood. But go ahead.
We both from the hood. We made it out. We living good. I mean, to have that and then have this guy have the audacity to say Black Lives Matter. He also sat there and said the Breonna Taylor situation was sad, but I think his just was due based off of Cameron's indictment, which was bullshit to say the most. Either way, bro, I'm sorry. We gotta vote. Register to vote. Register. Hey, if you want to come on this show, we'll register right here for you. Go to your local church. I was on the Nike website earlier today. They have a register to vote. The NBA has a register to vote. NFL has a register to vote. Everywhere. KC can register you to vote.
That's right.
You need to vote. One of the biggest issues my wife was talking about, we talked about this yesterday, is there were whole cities that have a huge black population that did not vote. Philly, Atlanta,
Kansas City,
Chicago,
Houston,
Kansas City, Houston, where they had
Dallas,
more people,
Austin. We can go on and on and on.
But they had more people not voting than people contributing to voting.
Yes.
Now, you could say for whatever reason back then you didn't like Hillary nor Trump, so you just didn't vote at all, whatever. But now you see what's happening in 2020. 2020 is absolutely the worst year outside of the untimely deaths of some people. But this has actually been the worst year that could have been controlled to be the best year if it wasn't for some guy in the White House more worried about Russians, women,
and money,
and his power,
money,
and scandals. Because let's be honest, we concentrated more on the Mueller probe towards the end of last year than COVID, and COVID was coming. We seen COVID in China happen almost the end of last summer, and our people in power did not do anything. Not a single damn thing, because they worried about a damn Mueller probe that ended up not doing shit anyway. And then the arresting of Robert Stone, which he's out right now. He got out faster than any athlete I've ever seen.
Who is currently advising the President of the United States to steal the election. But keep going.
Thank you. To piggyback off of KC, to a guy that's really sitting there and basically said, I am the law, that will not, when he loses, let's say that. We're going to say this just like we go ahead and become homers for our own teams. When he loses, said he won't give up peacefully. He won't pack his shit and get the fuck out because he lost. He's going to sit there and have his own protest, and we don't know what the hell that means. That means he could probably start a nuclear war with another country like North Korea or China. He'll probably do something stupid. So it would be a perfect way, an unfortunate way to end 2020, but it wouldn't be shocking at all. So, again, vote. You see what's happening. You see the guy in your office. It's not just a black thing. It's an everybody thing. I'm not trying to be dead before I'm 40 just because the fact of the matter, this guy wants to go ahead and have a nuclear war because he's pity-patty and because he's lost. He sucks, and we all know it, and he's the worst president ever, period.
Well, you're absolutely right in so many of your statements. Folks, like Justin told you, I will register you to vote. Just DM me. If you are in a different city other than Harris County in Houston, Texas, I will help you get registered to vote. This is the most important election in our lives. Unfortunately, the people that some of us did not want to vote for in 2016 were 100% right when it came to the transfer power. They did not believe back then, and they attempted to warn us that the transfer power would be in question if a certain person was elected. Well, lo and freaking behold, here we are. So please get up and participate. Please go up and change this country. I'm sorry. I was able to breathe a little bit better 4 years ago. I'm not saying that because there's a different race of person in the White House. I'm saying that because it's just the facts. I didn't feel persecuted 4 or 5 years ago. I feel every time I leave my home now that my life is in danger. As we sign off, I am going to update. Boston did show up, and we are more than halfway through the third quarter. The Boston Celtics now have an 8-point lead over the Miami Heat. We will update you all when we come back Wednesday, but you all should know who won at least this game, but definitely at least this game, but I'm thinking the series by this point on Wednesday. We're going to put our picks up around 11:30 on Sunday for the NFL this week. In fantasy, I got my ass kicked this week. I got doubled up on. J-Dub kicked my spouse's ass. So, officially, UnderDawg Sportz is technically, 2-2? Because you lost week 1 to me, by the way. And you won week 2. And I
players already played by the time we drafted. So
bro.
Holmes and Kelsey had played, so I have no quarterback and no tight end.
You could have played them.
I lost on a technicality.
No,
you can't because we already played.
No, you lost on a technicality. He lost on a loss is a loss. You sound like one of these excuse-making people that say that the Astros stole the World Series. Shout out to Swish. Shout out to Joe Swisher. Anyway, until Wednesday, I'm Casey Reginald Jr.
Your man J-Dub. Let's go Steelers in the building.
Take that ugly ass hat off.
Vote.
This
go register to vote.
Has been UnderDawg Sportz.